You think intelligence protects you. You've read the books, you fact-check things, you notice when someone's being vague or pushy. You're not the kind of person who gets fooled. And that confidence? That's exactly why you're more vulnerable than almost anyone else in the room.
This isn't a fun paradox to file away and forget. Because if you're smart, analytical, or well-informed, the manipulation tactics being used on you right now are specifically designed to work on people like you, not despite your intelligence, because of it. Once you see how this works, you'll never trust your own certainty the same way again.
We have this deeply embedded idea that manipulation is something that happens to the naive, the gullible, the uneducated. So we build an entire identity around not being that person. But here's what the research actually shows. In a landmark study by psychologist Ian RSS at the University of Waterloo, people with higher cognitive ability were more likely to rationalize conclusions they'd already emotionally reached, not less. They didn't use their intelligence to find the truth. They used it to defend what they already believed. This is called dysrationalia, the gap between raw intelligence and rational thinking. You can be genuinely smart and genuinely terrible at recognizing when you're being played. But it goes deeper than that. Think about the last time someone challenged something you knew well. You didn't just feel wrong, you felt insulted. That's not weakness. That's a trait that scales with intelligence. The smarter you are, the more your identity is wrapped up in being right. And that's a handle. A very easy handle for the right person to grab.
Here's the mechanism most people miss. Skilled manipulators don't target your weaknesses. They target your strengths. They give you complex information because you love complexity. They present both sides of an argument because you pride yourself on fairness. They use technical language because you respect precision. And while your analytical brain is busy evaluating all of it, your emotional brain has already been steered. This is called elaboration-induced bias. The more you think about something, the more confident you become, even when that thinking is happening inside a frame someone else built for you. Picture this. A salesperson doesn't pitch you a car. They walk you through engineering specs, safety data, long-term cost analysis. You leave feeling like you made the decision, rationally, independently. You didn't. You just did their work for them with your own brain.
So what do you actually do with this? First, notice when you feel unusually certain. Certainty that arrives too quickly, too comfortably, is a signal worth questioning. Real understanding usually comes with some friction. Second, watch for flattery that targets your intellect specifically. Someone like you would appreciate this. Most people don't think this deeply. That's not a compliment. That's a key being turned. Third, and this is the uncomfortable one, the opinion you're most sure about is the one most worth stress testing. Not because you're wrong, but because that's where your guard is lowest.
Intelligence doesn't make you harder to manipulate. It makes you easier because it makes you harder to convince that it's happening. The most protected mind isn't the smartest one. It's the one that stays genuinely, uncomfortably open to being wrong.
If this shifted something for you, share it with the smartest person you know. They probably need it most. And if you want to go deeper into how your brain makes decisions without telling you, that video is right here.